Welcome to the Mycotoxin Prediction forecast brought to you by Biomin, the world leader in mycotoxin management. This week, we will look into the predicted risk for mycotoxin contaminations in maize in Brazil, Argentina, and Uruguay. Planting for the main corn growing season in South America started in early October and extended throughout fall for the south of Brazil and Argentina, while crops in the northeast of Brazil are being planted much later. Sown crops will reach silking between late January and March, with more southern crops usually being the earliest to reach flowering. Wet weather and high humidity are critical for infection with toxin-producing fungi during flowering time and continue to be critical for the accumulation of mycotoxins in the crop. With silking still weeks in the future, these predictions for now have to rely on long-range weather forecast. But as the growing season continues, weather and mycotoxin forecasts will improve further. Looking back at rainfall in the weeks at the end of the planting season, we can see that many regions throughout the continent have accumulated little to no rain in the first 2 weeks of November. Up to 6 days with rainfall of at least 2 hours were recorded in inland Argentina in this period, whereas the southern states of Brazil were practically dry with few exceptions. More rain, with about 5 to 8 days, was recorded for the southeastern states. Late November saw rain returning to also the southern states of Brazil, with 3 to 5 days of rain reaching from Uruguay north up to Minas Gerais, whereas only up to 2 days of rain hit Bahia and the states north of it. The weather forecast for the first half of December sees rain intensify in much of the continent. The northeast and southeast of Brazil will see continued rain, less in the south but still significant. The only regions that do not follow the general trend are Rio Grande do Sul and Uruguay, which remain mostly dry. Based on the still very distant weather forecast, the predicted chance for harvests to contain more than 2 parts per billion aflatoxins are given here based on the estimated weather within the indicated regions. The highest risk is estimated for states in the northeast of Brazil with 51%, less in the more cooler and arid southern regions. High concentrations of fumonisins are expected in regions with high humidity combined with warm temperatures. Therefore, a throughout high risk is to be expected for most growing regions with locally up to 80% risk or more. Increasing levels of deoxynivalenol also coincide with high humidity but require more moderate temperatures. For now, the estimated risk for harvests containing more than 150 parts per billion is highest with about 59% in growing regions of Argentina and Uruguay. Analogous to deoxynivalenol, zearalenone is predominantly produced under cooler conditions. The current risk estimation predicts zearalenone levels above 50 parts per billion only for about 20% across regions, although for some growing areas the percentage may exceed 50%. Stay tuned in for future mycotoxin prediction updates as the corn growing year for South America unfolds.